favorite generational podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Katrina.
And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Specifically, I want to talk about what you just brought up before we started recording.
We were talking about yeet because, when we were starting recording, she was like, let's do this. And I was like, yeet. And then I realized that yeet is kind of like a modern battle cry.
I mean, I'm not saying I disagree. I just feel like, what battle are we going into?
Life.
That's deep. That's too deep for this early and this little of coffee.
Well, then I guess you're gonna have to drink some more coffee because...
Gladly. We have a Danish butter cookie creamer right now. It's very good.
Nice. Rachel, you didn't even put your favorite things or favorite song in the doc.
Listen, I'm struggling. I set my alarm this morning to go off at 7:30 so I could get up and shower. 7:30. It was 7. Set my alarm at 7:30. For a sec I thought 7 was later than 7:30, because I'm smart. But I set my clock to not go off. I set my alarm to not go off until, I don't remember. It was a 30, I think. I don't know. That was a really long time ago. But I set it to not go off. It was 8! I set it for 8! This is long and complicated. But anyway, I ended up hitting snooze until 8:45, and then I jumped in the shower even though we were supposed to record at 9. So.
Yep.
I'm thriving.
Love that for us.
Love that for us. How's your week been?
My week, it's been pretty tiring because when are weeks not tiring, but there have been some good parts of the week. That's good. What about you?
It's been okay. It was a really long week, even though it was a short week. But I woke up on Friday, and I don't have a first hour anymore, so I get to sleep in, and I woke up and I was just like, oh, excuse me. I woke up and I was just like, yeah, okay, let's do this. And then I powered through the day. I got to school, and my broadcasting teacher goes, yeah, we've got an early out today. We're leaving at 1:20. And I was like, even better! Because instead of fixing our schedule so that, we had each class for a shortened amount of time, they were just like, okay, you're not going to your 7th or 8th hours, and you're leaving partway through 6th. So I didn't have to go to AP Chem, which was great, but for once in my life, I had all the homework done ahead of time.
Nice.
No, because we ended up not having the class. Why am I only prepared when we don't have the class?
I'm still proud of you for doing the homework ahead of time, though.
Honestly, I am too. Anyway, yeah, we had to have an early out because we got hit by Winter Storm Harper, which is also my niece's name. So I sent a Snapchat to my sister, and I said, Winter Storm Harper is causing all these problems, or is gonna cause a bunch of problems. Tell her she needs to get it under control. And my sister responded with, first of all, she responded with a really cute picture of Harper, because we were talking over Snapchat. But she said Harper wants it to be a really big one, so.
Alright.
Did you get
if
any...
it gets me out of school.
Exactly.
Then... Yeah.
Except you didn't have school on Friday. So.
Yeah.
Did you guys get hit with any of the snow?
Yeah, definitely. It was snowing a lot yesterday. And I didn't go outside. I opened the door to the backyard to see how much it was snowing, and snow, blew into the door. And so the whole walkway was just covered in snow, so I closed the door. So... That's
fair. We let my dog, Sky _the_pirate on Instagram, Sky is SKYE, we let her out because she was barking at the snow and she wanted to go play with it. And then a big gust of wind blew by, so she got really scared and went and hid under the bench that we have out on our back deck. I felt so bad for her.
Aww.
She's cute, though. We got, I think in total, 7 inches.
I don't know, because my dad took the precipitation gauge out from the backyard because every time we would get hail and it would break.
Oh, that makes
So,
sense.
Yeah.
I normally just find, like, a flat area and stick a ruler in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that was my snowy experience. Speaking of snowy experiences... Yeah, that was correct English. Wow, I need more coffee. What's your favorite thing this week, Katrina?
My favorite thing this week is long weekends because, because I don't really have to get anything done.
I don't think you need
I
I don't think you need a justification for why long weekends are great.
Yeah, long weekends are just
amazing.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing this week, Rachel?
My favorite thing this week is losing my dog in the snow. Because she's a white dog with, like, one little black speck. So she'll be running around and then I'll, like, look down at my phone or something. And I legitimately cannot find her when I look back up and she's right in front of me.
Wow.
It's, every time it scares me. But then I see her and I'm like, I just lost my dog in the snow. And it cracks me up. I love it so much.
Yeah, I've been watching her Instagram story, and you've been posting a lot of it, and you've also been Snapchatting a lot of it. You're like, look, I lost my dog, but I didn't really, because it's just snow.
Yeah, the first time it happened, I was so scared, and I was, like, calling for her. Oh, I was terrified. And then she just was, like, right by my, like, our back door the entire time, and I was like, well... this is a dog owner win for the day.
Yeet.
Yeet. Battle cry for finding the dog.
Yep.
Anyway.
What's your favorite song this week, Rachel?
Favorite song? My favorite song this week is These Days by Foo Fighters. I had a friend introduce it to me. Stop giving me that look. I had a friend introduce it to me, and I've been listening to it constantly. What's your favorite song this week?
My favorite song this week is Tonight Tonight by Hot Chelle. And it's a song that I forgot existed.
It's so old.
I forgot the song existed, and then I was listening to something, and then it popped up as one of the recommended songs for songs that you should put on your playlist.
That's amazing.
And it gave me vivid 3rd and 4th grade flashbacks. Because my teacher, I had the same teacher for 3rd and 4th grade, but she would get, every time we had recess or, like, Fun Friday, which is, like, a second recess, she would, like, bring a boombox out, and she had a CD that had, like, a bunch of, like, gold songs that, like...
You should go back to that teacher and see if she still has the CDs.
I bet she still does, but, like, honestly, it gave me vivid flashbacks, and we would just sit out there, listen to the songs, and then, like, dance a little bit, and, like, honestly, it made me really happy, so, yeah.
You can't be mad about that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That teacher sounds absolutely amazing. Also, to anyone that thinks our generation doesn't know what a boombox is...
I know what a boombox is.
Exactly! Honestly. People are always like, Gen Zers don't know what a boombox is. And that's my attempt at, like, a frat girl, millennial... I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. But, like, we know what boomboxes are. We had them for a very short period of time.
Yeah. But, like, a bunch of people are like, oh, you don't know what cassette tapes are, you don't know what records are.
That's my favorite thing.
You don't know what, VHSs are.
Are you kidding me? I loved VHSs.
Yeah, me too.
We're still trying to replace all of our VHSs, like, all our Disney movies, because we have so many.
Yeah.
It's expensive to replace all of your movies. Did you know that?
Yeah. Really?
Replacing every single one of your movies racks up a bill. This has been Life Insights with Rachel.
That's kind of what this entire podcast is supposed to be, so...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
More coffee.
Yay, coffee.
Coffee's amazing. So, like, I was thinking about this when I was making my coffee this morning. You don't really drink coffee, right?
I like to drink coffee, but I don't do it often because the rest of my family does not like coffee. But whenever I am at a Starbucks or coffee shop, then I get some.
Because I was just thinking, like, I'm trying to think what's the normal age people start drinking coffee. Because I feel like for our grandparents, it was like, oh, you don't drink coffee until you're in college. But then slowly that's just been pushed back, and, like, I started drinking coffee at age 13 or 14.
Solid.
Maybe that's why I'm so short. Is that actually a thing?
I know coffee's supposed to stunt your growth or something.
Right, but is that real, or is that just, like, an old wives' tale?
A superstition?
Yeah.
I don't know. The only reason I know that is because of a certain Google autofill video.
Oh, Google autofill. That was not a coherent sentence. Did you hear the jumble of words that came out of my mouth? Mm-hmm. Of course you did, because we're in a conversation right now and we're listening to each other talk. Anyway.
Yeah. What should we talk about next? Because that went from favorite songs to coffee drinking.
I love coffee.
I know you do.
Alright, we just talked about this. Let's talk about trending. I want to know what's trending, because I just woke up, so I haven't had a chance to check anything.
Well, I did all of this last night, so...
Recent enough.
Recent enough.
What's trending?
On what?
Let's start with YouTube.
Okay. So, what's trending on YouTube is Ariana Grande released her new, single, 7 Rings.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I have.
Is it good?
Because my cousin texted me and was like, have you listened to the new Ariana Grande single yet? And I was like, no. Because I didn't know it came out today. And then I opened Twitter and that was all my feed was Ariana Grande. And so I listened to it, and it is explicit. Just so you know.
So small children, ask your parents.
Probably they'll say no, but anyways, the song just really makes me feel poor. Because she talks about how she's buying all of this stuff to make her happy, and one of the lyrics, it's, people who said that money can't solve your problems didn't have enough of it.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. So it made me feel pretty poor, but it's a good song.
I thought you were gonna say it's a good type of poor, and I was like, I don't think that really exists, Katrina.
I don't think, a good type of poor exists. I mean, people
I don't know,
are happy
like,
with
there's... Oh, I was gonna say Bill and Melinda Gates, but they're definitely still rich despite giving all their money away.
Yeah.
Oh, so, you know how I'm obsessed with playing, like, solitaire and free cell?
Yeah.
I've moved on from that in my life. Now I play free cell 2 decks.
Ooh, moving up in the world.
Moving up in the world. I want to see if I can find free cell 3 decks, honestly, because 2 decks is surprisingly easier than 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played Free Cell 2 decks, but...
Well, I'll send you a link.
Alright, sweet.
Anyway, is anything else trending on, YouTube?
This isn't trending on YouTube currently, but it was earlier this week, and it is the Gillette ad.
Did you just...
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think it's Gillette. Gillette.
Or Gillette or something.
Well, it's Gillette now.
Alright.
The Gillette ad. What are your thoughts on it?
So I watched it, I think, Thursday. And I actually really, words are hard. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a good ad because it isn't grouping a lot of the comments I saw on Twitter, because of course this was a big thing on Twitter.
Oh, yes.
Was that guys were getting concerned about how it was grouping all men together and saying that all men are doing bad things, but it didn't do that. It said some guys are doing good things, and if all guys do good things, then the world's a better place.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if all people do good things, the world's a better place.
True.
I think so. I saw a tweet from Hank Green that kind of made me think a little, because he was actually, is condemn the word? Yeah, condemn means, like, put down, right?
I don't know.
Words are hard. Are you Googling it?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyway, he was condemning Gillette for, like, trying to make a profit off the movement of, like,
sentenced to a particular punishment, especially death.
Okay, so yeah, he was condemning them. By saying, like, they were just trying to make a profit off the movement. But I don't entirely agree with that. I think they know they have a platform and they're trying to use it for good, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm. That's what most people try to do when they have a platform, is try and get things out there, or at least people that use their platform for good.
Anyway, yeah, not naming any names, but
yeah.
When you're given a platform like that, you almost have to use it for some amount of good, right? Like, morally, you're required to.
Like, some people do things with their platform, like make fun of others, which isn't great.
Please don't do this. If you ever get a platform, please no.
Yeah. But, like, I appreciate the people that, like, honestly, truly want to get good things out there instead of positive vibes instead of bad vibes.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel about... So obviously you and I both agree that, like, you should try and use a platform for good. How do you feel about the people that are saying they're just doing it for money? Or do you believe any people with a platform are just kind of trying to show a good side of themselves for money?
I believe that some people definitely do that because they're trying to get people to look up to them, and then they might do things to get attention so that they'll see which of their fans is loyal or whatever to their brand or whatever. But
we don't understand how popularity works.
Yeah. What's popularity?
Literally no idea.
Honestly, popularity doesn't even matter in high. It doesn't matter at all, like, honestly.
Did you just forget what grade you were in?
No, I was saying it doesn't matter. I was trying to broaden it for our listeners.
Okay.
Popularity, honestly, isn't that big a deal. Like, we could use this to segue into our next topic. But basically, you shouldn't base yourself on how many likes you get on Instagram or how many, likes you get on a tweet or whatever. You should just base yourself on the people that actually truly know you and how you interact with them.
Along that...
not on...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay, so along that line, like, if someone is giving you crap, like, think about the people that really matter to you. If the person giving you crap is not one of those people, their opinion literally does not matter. So, like, if you're thinking about choosing one college for, like, this certain reason, and then someone comes at you for it, if they aren't in your circle of people that you, like, actually trust and value their opinion, then don't let their negative opinion impact you either. This has been Life Lessons with Katrina and Rachel.
Yeah, that got deep for a
second. That did get deep. We haven't had a deep moment on this podcast in a hot minute.
Well, now we just had a hot minute of deep stuff, so...
That was...
Hope that makes up for it.
That was an interesting way of phrasing that.
Listen, we're recording this on a Saturday morning, earlier than I would get up, but Rachel has to work, so...
We haven't done a Saturday morning in a while. We used to do it every week, but then I have the hiccups.
We were like, let's record every Saturday morning, and then, like...
Don't ever do that to yourself. To be fair, it was because I worked mornings.
Yeah, at the time. Now you have a different job.
Thank heck.
Anyways, speaking of numbers of likes and stuff, how about that world record egg?
The egg! I'm glad you brought this up. I think it's completely ridiculous, but also amazing.
Funny.
Yes. Yeah. So, like, here's my thought behind it, right? It was obviously just someone, like, making an account as a complete joke, and then it went viral.
Yeah.
What is our generation? What time do we live in? What the heck?
It's, like, honestly, I have no idea, but it's hilarious to me, because the fact that so many people grouped together for no reason, because likes don't matter, but, like, for no reason, just to get this egg the most liked picture on Instagram. It gives me faith in humanity, which is weird to say about liking a picture of an egg, but, like,
it just
if we can work together,
me.
If we can work together to do that, we could probably change the world if people were motivated enough.
Yeah, but that requires getting off the couch. Liking an egg is simple. Getting off the couch, not so much. Does it?
Maybe it's because you can use your platform.
Oh!
Trying to bring it full circle.
Full circle. No, that was amazing. I love you.
Love you.
That made me think of something, but then it flew just straight out of my brain and will never be seen.
In one ear, out the other?
No, because it was already in my brain. It didn't go in my ear. It, like, your words went into my ear, and then I thought of something once it hit my brain, and then it got completely lost in my brain. And didn't make it out.
That's what happens to me in math class. I'm like, oh, I understand this, and then I get home and do the homework, and I'm like, did I learn this?
That's why I dropped my math class. Calculus is really hard.
Yeah. See, I need 3 math credits to grad. I don't know if I need 3 or 2, but there's a number that's... I think I need 3 to graduate and 4 for colleges to... More colleges want to accept me or whatever. But I don't want to take... I don't want to stress myself out anymore about my math grade, because what I want to do doesn't really go with math at all. But it says that, like, because I took Algebra 1 in 7th grade because I was accelerated or whatever. And so, I don't know if the middle school credits for high school, like, I didn't take the classes in high school, but I took high school level classes in middle school, so...
Talk to your counselor, because normally those do count. Like, I took Algebra 1 as an 8th grader, because I'm not that fancy. But it gave me the credit even though I switched schools. Like, most schools, except if you take algebra in middle school, they'll give you the credit for high school. So, like, that's why it's okay that I'm taking a semester off of math. I think I'll still end up with 4.5 math credits. Oh, wait, no. I don't get the credit for last semester. I'll end up with 4 math credits. Love that for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright. That went from the world record egg to...
Oh, right, the world record egg. The world record egg, it takes some counting to know how many likes it had.
Don't try to justify...
I just did.
Our segue.
I just did.
I don't think you'd be able to count the number of likes. It would take probably a couple years.
Isn't it literally impossible to count to 1,000,000?
It's impossible to count to 1 trillion, I know that much, but... Or
I'm
1 billion.
Googling it.
I don't even know. Alright.
Okay, at one number per second, with no breaks at all for any reason, it would be 11 days, 13 hours, 46 minutes, and 40 seconds to count from 1 to 1 million. But also, as you get to the bigger numbers, they take longer to say. Because obviously, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are gonna do the 1 second, but, like, 100,900, like, those are longer.
Yeah.
I don't even know what number I was trying to go for there, but,
yeah, you're just like 100,000 something.
If you could count continuously in perfect rhythm, one number per second without breaks for sleeping, eating, and, living, it would take 31 years, 251 days, 6 hours, 50 minutes, and 46 seconds to count to 1 billion.
Nice.
So I'm pretty sure 1 trillion is impossible.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
Probably.
We were talking about eggs?
Yeah, we were, and I think we said our stuff about it. That's how this day is going so far.
Yeah. Alright.
But yeah.
Is there anything else trending that we need to talk about?
On YouTube, no. On Twitter, yes.
Oh, Twitter. Let's talk about Twitter. I love Twitter. It's my home.
Mm-hmm. Me too. So what is trending on Twitter is, there's a new Nancy Drew movie coming out in March that's gonna be produced by Ellen.
Okay, the fact that it's produced by Ellen gives me hope, but you said there's a new Nancy Drew movie, and my, immediate reaction was, well, that's gonna suck.
Have you seen the live-action Kim Possible thing?
Let's oof. Do you want to go there?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't really, but I brought it up because, there is a Viner, Drew Gooden. He's the one that said, road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
I sure hope it does.
Yeah, but,
man,
he made a parody of the sneak peek they put out, and it is absolutely hilarious. I'll tell Rachel to link it in the description. But,
yep.
Yeah, it's really funny if you've seen it. If you've seen the sneak peek, I'll link the sneak peek and the Twitter thing, but, yeah.
Which means you're gonna have to link them in the document for me to remember to do it.
I know, that's what I'm doing.
Yay, you're the best! I love you!
Love you too. Anyways, what are your thoughts about this Nancy Drew thing?
So, Ellen? Hilarious. Love her. Have you seen Relatable, her Netflix stand-up comedy thing?
I don't, listen, I have a lot of things that I want to watch on Netflix.
Okay, it's hilarious. It's called Relatable, and she starts out by saying, yeah, I was talking to my butler while he was bathing me, and, he just said I wasn't relatable anymore. And then she said something about, yeah, I got on the airplane, saw my ticket was seat number 10. I'm just kidding. Do airplanes even go back that far? I don't know. I don't sit that far back. I was like, she's hilarious. Anyway, I don't remember where I was going with it. Oh, yeah. Ellen is awesome. I love her. I'm hesitantly optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
That's as much as I can think of there, is hesitantly optimistic. I want it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But lately everyone is just taking old ideas and remaking them or whatever, and it makes me so annoyed. Have an original thought! Anyway,
I know. I want people to have original thoughts again, honestly.
It's so annoying, because, I don't know about you, but, I've seen The Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen The Little Mermaid. I've seen Beauty and the Beast. I've seen all of these movies that they're turning into live-action movies, and it's just I get you're trying to revamp it, but it's very obvious you're just doing it for money. Also, I like this little swoop thing my hair is doing right now. It's got this little... It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That was completely unrelated, and I know none of y'all can see my face right now, because this is an audio-only podcast.
Really? I had no idea.
Me either. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the new movie?
I watched part of the trailer, not all of the trailer, because I was about to fall asleep when I was looking up the trending, but, I watched it, and it looked decent, but, like, I'm kind of scared.
That's sad when we see a movie's coming out and we're scared.
Yeah, because, like, I'm excited for it, I think, but, like, also...
Here's my fear. It's not going to be good, and Ellen is going to get dragged for it.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen to Ellen. I love her.
Anyways.
Did you read Nancy Drew when you were younger?
I think I read a few, but I wasn't, like, I wasn't an avid Nancy Drew reader.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was, too. Like, I think I've read one or two, but it was never really, like, my series. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, it'll be interesting. I think one good thing about, like, them revamping all of these things and making old books into movies is I think it is increasing, or I think it has the potential to increase kids' reading, which is always a good thing. Yeah, so... Anything else trending on the good old Twitter?
Wait. Yes, I shook my head, but there is.
Awesome.
It's early. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But I've seen this pop up. I've seen this pop up on the Discord. I saw this trending on Twitter, and I was like, there's an police officer in England that's name is Rob Banks. And I think that's the most hilarious thing ever.
He probably became a police officer so he wouldn't constantly get accused of robbing a bank.
Maybe it's a whole conspiracy.
British government conspiracy!
We don't even live in Europe, and we're coming up with conspiracies for...
Hey, we're not coming up with them, we're just exposing the truth.
Exposing the truth, yes, sorry.
The truth. I don't know, Britain, England, the UK, they're all dealing with Brexit right now. I don't think they really have time for any more conspiracies.
Yeah.
Poor Rob.
He looks like a nice man, though.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't look menacing at all. He's just...
The way you said that sounded sarcastic, but I know you didn't mean it sarcastically. It's like,
he doesn't sarcastically.
He doesn't look menacing at all.
He actually doesn't, though. If Rachel remembers to put this in the description, you can check it out for yourself. And see that he does not look like... He doesn't look like a bank robber, but isn't the thing about bank robbers that you don't want to look like a bank robber so that people won't suspect you?
Yeah, I think that's kind of exactly it. I mean, you never want to look like a criminal in general, right?
I mean... Unless you're an actor and you're playing a criminal in a movie, but...
I guess? But then you'd be accused if, like, anything went missing anywhere you had been.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
And people would just be scared of you all the time. Well, actually, that part could be nice.
What a mood.
Because then they wouldn't come talk to you, and we know how I feel about talking to people. Goodness, it's the 21st century, just text me. That's a joke. I actually super enjoy phone calls. Like, I would prefer to call someone than text them.
Which is probably why we have a podcast.
Huh, maybe.
Maybe.
One of the many reasons. What were we talking? We were talking about Rob, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I get distracted a lot.
Really? I couldn't tell.
Oh, you should pay more attention then. It happens all the time. I love you. Please don't hate me.
I don't hate you.
Alright, so that's what's, that's what's trending. We have spent 40 minutes on the trending and the, whatever the other favorite things, thank you.
And the egg.
And the egg, oh my gosh, the egg. We've gotta do some listener questions. Yeah, we may not get to our BuzzFeed quiz.
Oh no!
Oh no!
We also have to factor in the times that we screwed up because we can't speak English, so we might have more time.
Yeah, but not... that only ever shaves off like 10 minutes.
And you don't have to go to work for another 2 hours?
Ish, yeah.
So, We could have a long episode, because we also have to talk about the winner of the poll.
Oh, right! Because books!
Yeah. Should we do that now, or should we wait until the end?
Let's wait. Let's keep them waiting. Let's keep them in suspense. I couldn't remember the word suspense. I was keeping myself in suspense.
Oh god, no. I did not mean to do that.
So, for those of you that don't know what just happened, on our Google Doc that we have that kind of outlines the episode, we always highlight things after we talk about them so that we know not to talk about them again. Katrina just selected the trending section and made the text yellow instead of, like, highlighting it in yellow. It was funny. Anyway.
It was funny for you, not for me.
I've done it all the time. You're just never on the dock when I do it.
That's fair. Anyways, should we answer some listener questions?
I think we definitely should.
Okay, and let's not go in order, because I don't want it to just be Emily Hoffman, Emily Hoffman, Emily Hoffman, Tyler.
Fair.
Should we break Tyler's questions up, or should we just go for it?
Let's just answer them all in one, but make them, like, short answers.
Alright.
So our first questions, there's a lot of them, are from Tyler Carlin. And he asks, what is slime? Why is slime? What does Gen Z think of high art? What does Gen Z think of libraries and art museums? Do you prefer plays or musicals? Is limiting screen time important, or does it not matter? Alright, let's start unpacking it.
Alright. First, slime.
We are not at liberty to discuss slime in this episode because, the Tori from Twitter told us we had to discuss it with her. So.
Yeah.
That'll be coming.
She, quote-unquote, called it. So.
That's not quote-unquote.
We'll have to wait for
that's
that one,
quote.
Tyler.
She definitely called it.
Alright. What does Gen Z think of high art?
Honestly, I think it's overrated. I think street art is way cooler. Like, I love street art personally. I think it is one of the most pure forms of expression, and it makes me so happy to see. Like, obviously, I don't like just straight up graffiti that's like cuss words on the side of a bridge. But, like, when an artist takes the time and they have a specific tag or something, I think it is so cool and so creative.
Alright, before I say my thing, is Sky in the background with a squeaking toy or something? Mm-hmm. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was just hearing things or if...
Yeah, no, Sky has a squeaky toy.
Okay. Okay, anyways, I think that... Because I know that most of Gen Z doesn't think that much of high art, but, like... It's not bad. Like, it's... people expressing their talent in a different way than we do in this generation, but I don't think people understand it as much as they used to, because people are trying to create art in so many different ways instead of just painting and sculpting and stuff, because we have social media now and stuff like that.
Yeah. So another thing that I thought of is, like, high art makes art seem like super snooty and only for the rich. And it, like, keeps it locked away. Which is kind of why I like street art, because it's just there and it's for anyone to see and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's what art should be. It should be available for all to see, and it shouldn't be classified by class or wealth or whatever.
Yeah. As far as libraries and museums, libraries are amazing. I love them.
Yeah.
I
love libraries too, because my mom works at one.
I think she would be upset if you didn't love libraries.
Yeah, I do love libraries. I don't go that often, but I do love them.
And art museums, again, I think, unless it's like a free admission art museum, which not many are because that's not sustainable, I think art museums keep the art locked away, and while that does help support the artist, not as many people can appreciate the art, and I think there are other ways to go about it. Yeah. But other museums, I love so much.
Yeah, like...
Which makes me a bit of a hypocrite, but you know what, it's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
Fine. It's totally fine.
All right. Do you prefer plays or musicals?
Depends on the play, depends on the musical.
Yeah. Most of the time, generally, I'll say I prefer musicals, but there are some plays that are good that I love. Can't think of any at the top of my head.
Really? You can't think of any? Hamilton.
That's a musical.
Oh, you mean you're trying to think of a play that's better than a musical?
Yes.
I was like, Hamilton, Into the Woods, Waitress, Wicked, Book of Mormon.
I know. I can list musicals all day. I can't list plays that much because I'm not
as exposed.
I've only seen a few. Yeah, because it's not like they're a bad. It's not like, oh, musicals are the best and plays are the worst. It's just that plays aren't as exposed to the public, whereas musicals, more people are exposed to because of pop culture and...
Here's my thing with musicals. It's really easy for people who haven't seen the show to kind of get the gist of what the show's about and, like, listen to the music, and if you like the music, you're gonna love the show, usually. So with plays, you don't really have that, so it's a lot harder to get exposed to plays. And, like, honestly, when I think of plays, I think of, like, Shakespeare. Mm-hmm. Which there's nothing wrong with, it's just, it's old, it's done.
Yeah. That's fair. Should we get to our last question? Well, not our last question from Tyler because he asked another question, but last question for this section of questions.
Yeah, sure. Hit me, what's up? Don't actually hit me, that would hurt.
I don't have the physical strength to hit anybody.
Also, you're X amount of miles away.
That too. Is limiting screen time important, or does it not matter?
I think there should be some limits as you're growing up and kind of, like, when you're younger, you should definitely have limits. But after you get to a certain point, I think you've got to be mature and responsible enough to take ownership of your own actions and take ownership of your own screen time.
Mm-hmm. Because, like, I know when you get older, like high school, college, a lot of the homework is online. Mm-hmm. So you can't really control how much you're exposed to the screen. But I agree that, like, you shouldn't be on it 24/7. Like, you shouldn't be losing because of technology. But I think that technology is a great tool that we can use for good, hopefully, and not for bad that much. But
that much.
Listen.
Preferably, we wouldn't use it for bad at all, but you know.
I'm just saying that people do use it for bad, and I'm not agreeing with them, but also we can't change their personalities so that they can't do it. I wish we could, but...
I mean, if you limit someone, or, like, if you are still controlling someone's screen time, and they're, like, older, they're at the end of high school or whatever, they're gonna go to college and not really have a grasp on being able to control their own screen time, in my opinion.
Yeah, so if you let them manage their own screen time during, like, end of high school, then they'll be able to, when they have all of the power at their disposal, then they won't go... They won't become technology maniacs.
I mean, maybe they will, but they'll be responsible with their maniacness. Is it maniacness? I think I just made a new word. Let's put that in the dictionary.
Let's put that in the dictionary. I love that. Anyways, we just spent time on that question.
Were you trying to figure out how much time and realized you didn't know?
Yes, because time is a construct.
It is. You know what's hilarious? We don't know what day of the week it is. We just trusted someone to keep track. And I'm sorry, I don't trust humanity that much. I doubt it's Saturday.
I mean, days of the week didn't exist when the world...
Literally, like, there's no reason why each day is what it is. Someone just all of a sudden decided to say that it was. There is no way we didn't lose track at some point. I'm sorry, you are wrong.
Alright, which question should we answer?
Oh, right, we're doing
now?
questions.
'Cause we have a lot to answer.
Sure, let's do from Emily Hoffman. And she asks, how do you fill out a resume for a first job?
I have no experience in this, so this is solely on you.
Great. I'm assuming you mean, like, a first job while you're in high school, not, like, fresh out of college, need a job, because, if that's the case, hit up Americ Harlan. He has really good advice on this kind of stuff. But if you're talking about in high school, so I don't know how it works in your country, but in America, a lot of first jobs don't typically need a resume. You just kind of fill out the application and then go in for an interview. But if you do need a resume, start by putting, like, if you take any particularly challenging courses, those might be worth noting on a resume, just to be like, hey, I took this and it was hard, but I did it and I powered through. I would list, like, any volunteer work you do, especially if it applies at all to the job that you are applying for. Any, like, past work experience you have, whether it be, like, I would phrase it differently, but if you, like, had a snow shoveling business when you were younger, or if you babysat, especially if you babysat, actually, those can be really good references. So if you're still in touch with any of the people that you babysat, ask them if you can use them as references. And then make sure you put, like, obviously your contact information, some references. That's all I can think of. That was a lot of thinking for me.
Yeah. I can't really add to that because I don't have experience, but yeah.
Well, Kizzy, that was advice for you too, then.
Yay.
You should get a job.
My dad said I can't get a job until I can drive, and I passed my driver's test, but the driver's ed expired. So I have to take another 4-hour class.
For the record, this is karma. I told you to go take that driver's test so many times, and you're like, no, I'm too scared. I'm gonna fail.
I didn't fail, but that was because I studied for a while before that.
Okay, but you took it. You can agree, right? You didn't need to study that much.
I did need to study that much. Half of the questions I wouldn't have known if I didn't study.
Wait, really? One of my questions that was essentially, should you race a train?
Yeah, I didn't get questions that easy. I got I think I got 3 or 4 wrong.
Wow.
And that was because they weren't on the app that I was using to study.
I got 100% on my driver's test, so...
I don't want to hear it.
You just did.
Anyways, let's answer some questions because we keep getting in comical banter instead of answering.
You're here for the comedy. You're not here for the actual content, right?
What?
Like, if you're listening, you're not here to actually hear us discuss the material. You're here to English. You're here to hear us do stuff like that, aka go on tangents, because we cannot keep a train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what's the next question, Katrina?
Do I just choose
I think
one?
you just choose one.
Okay, at Melmic222 asks, how is podcasting similar to public speaking, and how is it different for you?
I want you to answer this first.
I want to answer this one first,
Cool.
too. So, podcasting is similar to public speaking because you're getting your thoughts out there, you're getting it out to the world. That's a good thing, but it's different because I get nervous when I'm standing in front of people and talking, and when I'm in the comfort of my own room and I can look like absolute garbage.
You don't look like garbage, though. You're gorgeous.
I'm in my pajamas.
And you're rocking it.
The thing is if I was public speaking, I would have to go through the effort to look actually kind of decent, maybe not wear pajamas. Whereas I feel like I'm kind of...
I mean, if you've seen some TED Talks, they are straight up wearing pajamas, and I am here for it.
Yeah, but not that... Here's the thing. I get nervous when I'm around large groups of people, and so when I'm standing in front of a large group of people and all of their attention is on me, that stresses me out. But when it's just me and I don't have anyone else in the room, and I'm video calling with Rachel, then I feel more comfortable with it. And then I can't really see you guys, so I can't, like, think about how many people may be judging me, so... Yeah, that's my thoughts.
So that is actually exactly why I wanted you to go first, because I know you hate public speaking, and you're very quiet and shy, but you, like, just shine on this podcast, honestly. But personally, to me, they are not alike at all. Because podcasting, it's like, if I mess up, I can go back and edit it out. And, like, Katrina said, like, I'm just chilling in my bedroom talking to a friend. That's what it feels like when I am, talking, like, when we're recording the podcast. It feels like we have a list of things we want to talk about, but really we're just, like, having a conversation, which I think is awesome, and that's kind of why I like podcasts, whereas public speaking, it's very much like you're getting up and people are paying attention to you, and it feels... I'm even a person that's comfortable with public speaking, and it's stressful.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that, because it's different because you can edit things out if you screw up. And if you screw up in front of people, then you run off the stage and cry in a corner.
What?
But...
Sorry, what?
What? I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Not speaking from experience or anything.
Who do I need to go beat up?
The world,
okay.
But also not.
Solid.
Because
we're using our platform for
the
good.
world also has some pretty amazing people in it. Like, all of our listeners.
Yeah, all of you that put up with us. Oh my gosh. So that was a really good question, I think.
Yeah, I like that question. I saw that question come in and I was like, I have some thoughts.
Me too! Like, that's what I thought, not I also have thoughts. I mean, I do, but... Moving on, next question is from Superzan Q, and he asks, do you like ping pong? Why or why not? I like ping pong, but I absolutely suck at it, so therefore I hate ping pong because I absolutely suck at it.
I know why he asked this question, because every Thursday, well, I don't go anymore because I have rehearsals on Thursdays, and it's sad, but on Thursdays we always go to my grandma's house, and she has a ping pong table in her basement, and he asked this on a Thursday, so he was just striving for a question. And when we play ping pong in my grandma's basement, we don't really keep score, and that's what's fun about it. But when you're thinking about ping pong the sport, and when you're keeping score and, like, actually trying to win, I don't like it. But if you're just chilling and, like, not doing anything, then it's fun.
I cannot overstate how bad I am at ping pong. Like, it's fun for me, but it's more comedically fun than, like, oh, I love playing ping pong kind of fun, you know? Mm-hmm. It's classic comedy.
Yeah.
Next question. What is it? I read the last question, so it's your turn.
Okay, at PepperMay22 asks, how do you feel about decorative candles? Should all candles be lit?
It's lit, yo! I hate myself for that.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I don't know if I should be proud or sad.
Anyways, what do you think about the question?
I think decorative... Okay, so here's my thing with decorative candles. What's the point? What's the point of non-scented candles other than, like, if you need them for actual light? That makes sense. But if you're gonna buy decorative, non-scented candles, what is the point? They're just taking up space, and they're clutter, and guess what? They don't spark joy.
You're getting really heated about this.
It doesn't make any sense. Why would you get a candle that literally just sits there?
I mean, that's fair.
They just... it doesn't make any sense, and it just hurts my soul. Anyway, how do you feel about them?
Well, now that I feel scared out of my mind for saying anything different than you, I mean, I do have similar
views?
Words. Yes. But I feel like if you aren't using the candle, then why are you why do you have it if it's just to sit around and look pretty?
Exactly!
Honestly.
Anyway. That's...
Yeah.
Although...
What's our next question?
There is one case in which I can think it's acceptable to have a decorative candle, and that is if there's some, like, the person that made the candle made, like, some sort of design or something that's, like, really cool and really complicated, and you actually bought, like, an artist's candle. That makes more sense. But also, they made a candle, so use it!
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was that passionate about candles.
I didn't realize you were either, but I guess you learn something new every day.
You learn something about yourself, honestly.
Yeah.
So, our next question comes from Emily Hoffman again, and she asks, what is your favorite sandwich?
Are we talking Subway sandwiches or like...
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so, because she's not American.
Yeah, but, I am definitely a big fan of turkey sandwiches. Also love BLTs. If we are talking Subway sandwiches, what I get is I get...
So if anybody wants to surprise Katrina, bring her a sandwich, this is what you gotta bring.
Yeah, I get, white bread, and then turkey, provolone, and lettuce and tomato. And you don't toast it.
No, you definitely toast it.
No!
Yes! Turkey and provolone
No.
toasted, and then lettuce and pickles on top. Sometimes cucumbers. But...
Well, now you know our sandwich preferences, so if you're getting Rachel something, you toast it. If you're getting me something, you
Okay,
don't.
but here's the thing. What I like even better than that is steak and provolone. Toasted. On, the, Italian herb bread, whatever that is.
Yeah. Also, what goes best with the sandwich is the baked lays.
Yes!
Like,
Barbecue.
Everybody gives me crap. Everybody gives me crap for getting the baked lays and not, like, the normal lays. Don't get me wrong, I love normal lays also, but baked lays, they're so good.
They are. You're absolutely right on this one. They've got the nice crunch, but you're not, like, overwhelmed with flavor that by the end you're like,
ASMR.
so, I need a new podcast co-host.
I was wondering when that was gonna come up, because I thought it was gonna come up when you said, toasted versus non-toasted, but I knew it would come from this conversation somehow.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh,
Should we move on to a different question, or...
You get a nice crunch, but you're not overwhelmed with flavor that your mouth is, like, dry at the end.
That's fair.
Well, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah, the next question is from Super Awesome JEB, and she asks, what is the daddiest dad joke you know?
Daddiest?
That's what she said.
Like, dad... I know, and she spelled it dad-iest, which cracks me up. I mean, I think I've told the one my sister says all the time.
Yeah.
Like, the one about the geese. You know how geese fly in a V? Yeah. You ever notice that there's more geese on one side? Yeah. Do you know why that is? Why? There's more geese on that side! And then there's also the sick pythons one.
Ooh, I have one.
Okay.
If I can think of it, it just went from my mind.
I don't have a mind.
Yes, you do, or else you wouldn't be able to talk. Or maybe you're the scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz.
Maybe I just won't talk the rest of the podcast.
That'd be a very one-sided podcast, and I don't think that'd be very interesting.
Hey, people host podcasts with just one person. It's a thing.
Yeah, but I'm not very interesting.
You leave me very interesting notes when I occasionally have to leave the room, and it's just you, so you leave recordings for me to edit out later.
Yeah.
I love them.
Okay, I'm trying to...
Also, side note, I hate dad jokes so much.
My dad's gonna give me the stink eye, but yeah.
They're so cringy.
Oh, why do flamingos sleep with one leg up?
Why?
Because if they slept with both legs up, they'd fall over.
So, that new podcast host, all you need to do is DM me on Twitter or the PerspectiveofZ podcast Twitter.
Pixel's gonna DM us again, as he always does whenever we say we want a new podcast host. He's very persistent.
Maybe we should bring him on sometime.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, next question is from @Ms. Bartholomew. Hi, Mom! She asks, if you could live anywhere in the world, what would be the number one factor in deciding where you would go?
I think we definitely just had a silent debate about who is going to answer the question first. But,
Katrina lost.
Yeah, I lost. Or I gave in. I
never
think the
lose.
factor in I feel like a factor in deciding where I would go is if I knew people there, because I don't like people, but I don't like being lonely, so it's kind of
I'll
like...
move with you. We can go explore the world
Yay.
together. So you
Yeah.
wouldn't be lonely. You'd have me! Isn't that great? I don't know if it's a
Yeah,
good thing or a
it
bad
is.
thing, honestly.
It's a good thing.
Aww. For me, a big factor would be... I don't want to say location, because that doesn't really make sense, but, like, almost history? So, like, if the place is a cool history, I'd want to live there. I don't know that would be the number one factor. Knowing that it's my mom, I know her answer would be temperature, because she likes to be warm, but I don't really know. I don't really think about it, because I don't entirely plan on moving away anytime soon, because I've kind of got the whole school thing going on right now. Such a drag, honestly.
Yeah. I also think that, like... where would you want to go?
Oh, where would I...
If you could go anywhere.
Good question. I would, that's the end of that answer. I would go. I think I would go somewhere in Europe.
That's what I was gonna
Probably, like, Sweden or Norway or England.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna say England or Norway. Maybe France?
Nah. The French have their bread riots right now.
Baguettes.
Baguettes! I want a baguette. Oh my gosh, there is a candle at Bath & Body Works called French Baguette. I'm not even kidding a little bit. It smells nothing like a baguette, but I love it. Anyway.
Our next question is from Emily Hoffman again.
Hi, Emily.
She asks, what is a prom queen and king? And let me tell you, I forgot you didn't live in America. I've never been to prom, and I don't think Rachel has either.
I mean,
so...
I can still explain what prom king and queen are.
It's basically the most popular people in the school for the class. And it's popularity, which means it's stupid, so don't even worry about it.
Basically, everyone votes for who they think is the most popular, and that person gets a crown at prom and gets to rub it in the faces of the less popular people.
Because they need even more of an ego.
True. This has been Real Truths with Kidsy and Rachel. And if any of you were prom king or queen...
I'm sorry.
Anyway, now that we've insulted people... using our platform for good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Prom is cool. It's like a dance. You get to wear fancy dresses. I've started looking at prom dresses. Fun fact.
You're actually gonna
I think
go?
so.
You gonna go with anyone?
Yeah, a group of female friends. You know the reason why.
Alright. Anyways.
Anyway, yeah, I think my friends and I are planning on going together.
Alright. Yeah. So, we have, it looks like 2 questions left. Which one do you want to answer first, and which one do you want to save for last?
Are any of them about dogs?
No.
Oh.
We didn't get any questions about dogs.
Oh, okay. Well then...
You already plugged your dog's Instagram.
I know, I just like dogs.
I know you do.
They make me happy.
They make me happy
Listen,
too.
can I get a dog?
That's... You already
Can I
do.
have another dog?
If I can come visit, then yes.
Of course you can come visit. You can always come visit.
Watch me show up to your door like, every
Holding a
week.
dog. A different dog every week.
Rachel,
I found another one!
I brought you a dog!
Kidsy, stop stealing dogs from people! This is getting out of hand! For anyone wondering what we talk about when we're not on the call, basically this. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, what question I want to answer. Let's answer Americ Harlan's.
Alright. His question is, what are your thoughts on the recent Clemson visit at the White House and the government shutdown in general?
Oof. Here's my thoughts on it. I think that there are a lot of people without pay, and if it continues for much longer, I think they'll start searching for other jobs just because, like, they have bills to pay, and that's kind of an important thing, you know? Paying your bills.
Yeah.
So I think, in the long run, it is definitely going to hurt our economy. Like, even more than it already has. I read some statistic that it's like, we've already lost, like, 3-point-something billion from the shutdown. So, if you think about, why the government is shut down, and the budget line that the president wants to be included, we've almost lost that much money just in the shutdown. Mm-hmm. Which is like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, the last question. The last question is from Pickles, and she asks, what do you consider to be the nicest blessing to wish upon someone?
That's a good question. It's definitely a high note after the question we just answered.
No offense to your question.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a good question. It's just a little controversial, a little touchy.
Yeah, we talked a little controversial stuff today.
Ooh, snap. I think that's the first time we've ever really brought up something controversial. We're branching out.
I mean, we have talked about sandwich.
That's true. And candles. Man, this is one heated episode. We talked about candles.
Yep.
One of the nicest things someone ever said to me was, I hope that you find happiness in your life, which seems really simple, but it's like something that is kind of hard to find. Especially because, like, I am a person that has struggled with depression for a while, and, like, just someone telling me that, like, and they were genuine about it. It's not like just in passing you're like, well, I hope you find happiness, but it was like they were genuinely concerned for me, and they said, well, I hope that you can find happiness in your life. And that was like, I think that is one of the nicest blessings you can wish upon someone.
Yeah, and going off of that, one of the things that I've been asked is, what is the greatest compliment you can give someone? And I always have the same answer, and it's, you look happier.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Because, like, you don't know what people have been going through, and if they genuinely look happier, then that will make them happy, because if they're striving for some sort of positivity or happiness or something, then you can let them know that they're getting closer to achieving that. And I think that's a really great compliment.
I think, though, you should be careful and know their life before you say that, because you don't want to tell someone who's, like, grandpa, just like, you look happier! Life's been treating you pretty well, huh?
Yeah, for sure. But, like, if you genuinely mean it, like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good question. Way to end the questions on a high note.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I'm gonna stop now, so we don't lose all our listeners.
Alright, is it time for our favorite segment on this podcast?
Can it be time for our favorite segment on this podcast? Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz!
Yeah, let's take our BuzzFeed quiz. What is our BuzzFeed quiz?
Our BuzzFeed quiz is tell us your cereal preferences and we'll tell you which wild animal you are. I am so ready for this.
Me too.
I've been preparing all of the last hour mentally. Do you want to start the quiz out with the first question?
Sure. The question is, which cereal is your favorite? Fruit Loops, Cheerios, Honey Bunches of Oats, Reese's Puffs, or Lucky Charms?
At first I was like, well, there's an obvious answer, and then I was like, the answer that I initially thought was the obvious answer is wrong. And here's the reason. It's mainly plain cereal with little dashes of marshmallow sugar. So Lucky Charms was not my answer.
I'm trying to choose between my answer. Because there's one of these that I have more on a regular basis, and there's one of these that I have good childhood memories with.
Which one, when you bite into it, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a good day? Because you bit into that cereal.
This one. Okay, what did you
Fruit
choose?
Loops.
Me too.
But you know what Reese's Puffs makes me think of? The 2000s ads where it's like, they would put their spoon in it, and then all of a sudden the, like, wrapper would come out, Reese's Puffs, and everything would turn, like, Reese's Puffs colors.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about those.
Ugh.
Also, they spelled Fruit Loops wrong. Because Fruit Loops, they spelled fruit like actual fruit instead of fruit with 2 O's.
That's an oof. Right there. It's a big ol' oof.
Big ol' oof.
Jinx.
Alright, what's the next question, Rachel?
The next question is, when you're in the cereal aisle, you pick the same cereal every time, regardless of price. Pick something new to try, pick what's on sale, or pick the same brand of cereal. I pick whatever looks good. Where's that option?
I said pick the same cereal every time, regardless of price, and not necessarily the same exact cereal, but, like, I have 3 or 4 cereals that I go between. So.
I said pick something new to try. Just because, like...
Because you're the adventurous type.
It's not just because, like, I'm adventurous, although I am a Leo. But because... I don't know, I'm just always in the mood for something different. And I feel like it's kind of nice to wake up with something new in the morning, and you don't feel like there's as much as a routine, or at least I don't, when you have a different cereal.
See, I have the same thing for breakfast every morning and the same thing for lunch every day.
And you eat it in alphabetical order.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what's the next question?
The next question is, you eat cereal only for breakfast, only for dinner, at any time of the day, as a snack, or rarely?
Any time of the day.
I know, that's what I said. I was like...
This is a question?
Because... Like, okay, I have a story to tell you guys, because I was making a bowl of cereal yesterday, and, it was the beginning of a weekend, and so I was struggling, because I went to grab a bowl for my bowl of cereal.
As one does.
And I grabbed a plate.
Oh no!
And I noticed, and I put the plate back, and then I got a bowl, and I got a spoon, and then I went, and I poured, I think I had Rice Krispies, I poured some Rice Krispies, and then I poured some milk in, and then I put the box into the fridge instead of the milk.
We've all been there.
And then I realized, and I took the box out of the fridge, and then I closed the fridge without putting the milk in and walked downstairs, and then I looked up and I was like, I forgot to put the milk away. So I got up, I put the milk away and shut the refrigerator and just walked down, and then I spilled my cereal on the couch.
Oh, Katrina.
So that's how my day started out yesterday.
Oh my. So speaking of milk, the next question is, what type of milk do you put in your cereal? Non-fat, low-fat, whole, almond, or no milk? I like it dry. You monster! Anyway.
They don't have the kind of milk that I get on here. I get 2%.
That's low-fat.
So, okay. It didn't say 2%, so I didn't
I
know.
also do low-fat. I think we also use 2%. Oh my gosh, we use the same type of milk!
Yay.
Also, I want none of you
Alright.
making fun of me for the way I say milk. I get that I say it with an E sound. Get over it. that was like all of last year, my friends would come up to me and just say, milk! Because I don't say it with an I.
Yeah, I have a friend that says spatula instead of spatula.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
For Christmas, one of them got me a book called You're Saying It Wrong. And milk wasn't on there. So that on the last page, you know how the last page of a book is always blank? They wrote milk in and wrote a definition and wrote a pronunciation.
Solid. Or more like liquid, because milk is
I knew you were going there. And I love it. Anyway, what's the next question?
The next and final question is, when you eat Lucky Charms, you eat all the marshmallows first, eat the frosted oats first, eat the oats and marshmallows together. I eat differently every time.
Has someone been doing too much pre-calc?
Yes. Lucky Charms is too sugary for me.
Monster.
I don't think... Yeah. No. What did you choose?
I said I eat them together.
Me too. Did you
I
get your
did.
answer?
What did you get?
I got panda.
Oh, I got a dolphin.
What is your description for the dolphin?
You exhibit playfulness, joy, and peacefulness and harmony. I hate the way they phrase that. You exhibit playfulness, comma, joy, comma, and peacefulness and harmony. They need an Oxford
That's
comma,
okay.
and also that and is not necessary.
Do you want...
Yes, I
my
do. Tell me your description.
You got panda. Under your soft and fuzzy exterior, you are calm, nurturing, and sensitive to change.
That's so accurate for you. Oh my gosh.
I know!
BuzzFeed really does know.
I don't normally have a soft and fuzzy exterior.
Yeah, you do.
Except in the winter when I don't shave.
That's a mood.
But,
Also same.
But yeah, I think that was pretty accurate, because I like pandas.
I love pandas. They're so cute.
Yeah. Especially this panda. It's adorable. It has a little stick of bamboo and it's like waving to us.
That's adorable.
Alright, should we talk about the results of our book poll?
Yes, we should.
And then we can wrap up, probably.
Yeah, that'd be good. Because I gotta go to work in, like, an hour. Well, I have to leave in half an hour.
Yeah.
So how'd the book poll turn out? We did a book poll. Did you vote in the book poll? Time to find out if the book you voted for in the book poll is the one we're reading. Let's talk about the book poll. How many times can I say book poll?
Too many.
Retweet.
So should I start with the lowest percentage and then go up?
Yeah, let's break their hearts first.
Okay. So 9% of you voted for My Lady Jane. 19% of you voted for The Disappearances. 24% of you voted for Eleanor and Park. But the winning title is 48% of you wanted us to read Welcome to Night Vale.
So, what I've heard for Welcome to Night Vale, it's originally a podcast, you need to listen to the book as an audiobook. So, if you have, like, an audiobook subscription to any audiobook site, I was told to listen to it there if you can, otherwise try and find a hard copy.
Alright.
But we will be discussing that...
we should discuss it February, maybe.
Yes, we will be discussing that in February.
Should we discuss it, like, mid-February, late February, or what?
Let's do mid-February. Does that work for you? Awesome.
Yeet.
I want to look up how long the audiobook is.
Okay.
I actually really enjoyed the process of, like, looking up descriptions for all these books and such.
Yeah, they were all very interesting, and even if you didn't make it into the final four, we loved your suggestions and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I might actually read some of these if we don't...
Me too.
Don't, like...
My Lady Jane looks amazing.
Yeah, like, all of them. All of them look amazing. That's why we chose them for the...
That's true.
Final four. But, not saying if they didn't make it into the final four, they aren't amazing. We just had to narrow it down because we could only have 4 options on the Twitter poll.
Yes. Alright. So, now that we... Oh, wait, no, I'm still looking up how long the book is. I was waiting for it to loan. It's gonna give me money. I wish. I didn't put a space between to Night or Vale. So, welcome to Night Vale. Love that for
Nice.
me. It is... Okay, so the audiobook of it is 12 hours and 1 minute.
Alright.
So yeah, that's definitely doable.
Yeah. Especially since we have a whole month to do it. So we could listen to 30 minutes a day if you want to do that.
I am so excited for this. Don't forget, specifically you, Katrina, don't forget to kind of jot down your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I will.
And the week before we do the book discussion, instead of asking for questions like we normally do, we're going to ask for specific questions or thoughts you had on the book so we can discuss those.
Alright. Should we wrap up?
I think we should. This has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Katrina.
And that's been Rachel.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles!